What's up, everybody? Joshua Yale here with Jim Vavida, and we have some big news on the Marvel movie front. We finally got our director for Black Panther, and it's Ryan Coogler. Jim, who is that, and is that a good choice?
He is the director of Fruitvale Station and Creed. Creed is a big hit, and yes, it is an excellent choice. It's the smartest, best choice that Marvel could have made. He is a young, up-and-coming filmmaker. And he's a writer-director, so he can help hone that narrative as well. And yeah, he's a great choice. It's probably one of the smartest kind of director hires that they've made.
Cool. Yeah, and obviously before we get into his skill set and we can talk about Creed a little bit, this is Marvel's first Black director doing the movie for their first Black superhero. Blade obviously came out before. But
before the MCU
this is the MCU's first Black superhero.
Right. I think
to get his own movie, I should say.
Yes. I think it's basically Marvel, for many factors, needed to diversify not only the roster of their cinematic heroes, but of their filmmakers as well. And in Ryan Coogler, they've found a really exceptional young talent. I don't think he's even 30. I might be wrong. He might just be 30, but he's a young guy with 2 great films to his credit. And Creed is a big hit. And they really have captured the right guy at the right moment in time. He's made character-driven movies with fine performances. In fact, he might be directing Sylvester Stallone right to an Oscar for Creed for Best Supporting Actor. So this is a guy who can direct and write and get excellent performances out of people, and make a crowd pleasing film too. He's kind of he's checking all the right artistic boxes for them.
Right. What I think I liked about Creed, besides the fact that it was just a great movie in itself, is that he came into a very long pre-existing franchise,
40 years,
just like Marvel, which has been around for a while now, and made a great new entry with a new character.
And yet it was familiar at the same time, and it had callbacks to things that had existed. It was respectful, but also shook things up.
Yeah.
And I think if he can bring any of that to Black Panther, and we expect he will, it should be a really exciting and fun take on a superhero,
Yeah, and Creed really was very character-driven and very compelling for this new character that you didn't have really any reason to like going in, but even from that just opening scene, I think if he does half a good job on Black Panther, then Black Panther could possibly be everyone's new favorite hero. To get that introspective and dig that deep and really just get into why the character is the way they are, as he did in Creed, I think that would be great for Black Panther.
It's also too, let's face it, Creed is basically kind of about superheroes. Rocky Balboa is a superhero for, in the world of boxing. Apollo Creed was a superhero. And, the fact that T'Challa, who will be played by Chadwick Boseman, is inheriting a mantle that is passed on. It is kind of you'll have some similar father-son sort of dynamic there in the 2 stories, I'm sure. Now we're not sure how much T'Challa's father will play into the story, but there's going to be something there, something about you're inheriting a mantle, and a lot is expected of you, and you have to prove yourself. So I think you watch Creed and you see if he can bring even a sliver of what he brought to that movie, where it is something that is a formula. Rocky films are a formula, but brings a heart and a soul to it. You can do that with a superhero movie like Black Panther. You're really gonna have something special.
Yes. And just final thoughts. Well, my final thought is that Ryan Coogler kind of sounds like Ryan Cougar, Black Cougar, Black Panther. It all makes sense, right? I can see Marvel making that same jump, and I think they made a good decision there. But so what are your final?
My final thoughts.
What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are that I hadn't made that connection, but I think for them, for Marvel, knowing that they are now moving forward in this new phase of movies, and with Joss Whedon moving on and the Russos being tied up in Avengers sequels, to bring in an actual serious young filmmaker is an exciting prospect for them, because they're not exactly known as I don't want to say that they're not known as a director-friendly studio, but it does seem like a lot is taken out of these directors working on Marvel movies. So the fact that they're getting somebody like him, hopefully everything will go well, they'll have a great working relationship. I think it'll be interesting for Coogler, having played in the Rocky sandbox and navigating those sort of political waters, dealing with the safekeepers the caretakers of an existing franchise, particularly somebody like Stallone, who's a powerhouse. That has proven that he has the kind of political chops to deal with something like Marvel, where you are putting your own stamp on something that you don't actually own. And I think that shows he can handle them politically, and he can deliver a good film, something they obviously want. And it's also smart that this is a guy who has proven himself going from small budget to medium budget to now very big budget. And it's really, he's the perfect choice.
Cool. So if he can make Stallone happy with Creed, then he can make Marvel happy with Black Panther.
He can make all of us happy, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. So he's got a thumbs up from us, maybe like a claw up or side claw. I don't know what Panthers have. I'll do some research. Those are our thoughts on Black Panther's director, Ryan Coogler. Let us know what you think in the comments. And for all things Marvel, keep it here on IGN.